You so messy.
Oh, look at it. Whoa.
Yo, what's
Yo,
poppin',
what's
man?
poppin'?
We are back in the building.
Absolutely. Back in the building today here on Shift Real Talk Podcast, where we talk about love, life, and relationship. We are talking today about toxic love. Yeah. Yeah, we talking about toxic love, and that's that thing where people be like, that don't work for me. That work, we good. This worked for us. And it's like, does it really work for you? Or are you just used to toxic love? So we're going to talk about that today. Now, what we want you to do is if you hear something that really helps you, just share. Just share. I mean, to be honest, you know what? People don't really have to say that. Because if you notice, if people see something they like, they share automatically.
They share it automatically.
So we just going to let
and
you do
y'all
what
really
you do.
pretty much do y'all,
for sure.
Y'all due diligence with shift and sharing and stuff like that. But
yes,
man,
all the way. I'm your girl, Lady Free.
And I'm your boy, Pastor J.
And we about to get in there.
Pastor Jizay.
We about to get in there.
From the New York City, man. But we here, man. We back, man. So listen, y'all.
Back in the building.
Hey, before we move on, man, listen, y'all. Shift City, y'all. Shift City, man. Let me tell you something. It was awesome. Sunday was our first service. Man, it was awesome. It was awesome. I'm telling you, man, if you want somewhere to come after church and just come and just experience the presence of God and hear a great word, hear great worship, you know what I'm saying? You may come into even a dope conversation, man, where we talking about love, life, and relationships at the church. You know what I'm saying? We may do that too. So, just come, man. 1830B, Highway 6, Houston, Texas area.
Highway 6 South.
Highway 6 South. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. But anyway, let's get into this, man.
Let's give a shout out first to our loves, the love of our lives. We got my sister, my baby sis, T's on the line, and we also have Pop Jesse always on the line. We love y'all. Thank y'all for joining us. Okay, so babe,
my dad,
I'm gonna rock off your conversation today.
You gonna rock off my conversation? Well, yes. You always rock off my conversation. She done got spoiled with my conversation because it's like she always look for me to rock it off so that she can intertwine, but she don't never want to rock off.
You a leader, right?
Oh, absolutely.
You my pastor.
Okay, well, okay. You wanna
go
pastor. There? You gonna go there?
I get to chill with the pastor.
So today, man, we're talking about how a lot of times, people are. Well, I'm gonna say this. I was talking to a young lady, right? And actually, we talk to everybody when we go out. We really do. We talk to everybody. And there was this specific young lady that we were talking to, and she was saying how she was in a situation. She was with her boyfriend for 4 years, and she's close to being his fiance. She said she was close. So I said, close? So, in my head, I'm like, okay, close. Like, what do you mean close? Well, I think he's going to propose. The very next question was, do y'all live together? And she said, yes. I said, and you're close?
Right.
I was, and you're close?
Right.
Hold on, wait a minute. You live together, and you've been
with him for 4 years.
him for 4 years, and you're close to being his fiance.
Close to being chosen.
Yeah, I was like, in my head, I'm like, you don't even know, you ain't nowhere near close.
Right.
But I'm sitting there like I'm trying to encourage her to tell her, like, listen, you got to realize that, you are the prize. You should be sought after. He that findeth.
Yeah.
You're there and he still haven't found you. That you need to really kind of make some decisions to, you need to put some boundaries in. Like there's no boundaries. And she said, well, you know what? If it works for us, it may not work for you. It works for us. And that sent a red flag and alarm in my membrane.
Your shanana.
In my shanana and my hondo. And my shando. It sent the alarm in my shando.
Yeah.
And the thing that she said to me was, It works for me. It may not work for you. And I said to her, you're living wrong and it works for you? How can you be wrong and it work for you and it don't work for me? I said, let me help you out, daughter, because she was young enough to be my daughter. So I said, let me help you out, your sweet baby, sweet baby Jesus. Let me help you out. Let me help you out. I said, there is a right way to do it. It's simple, and this right way, it works for everybody.
Right.
But what we do is we get caught up into what we feel works for us, and it may work for, and a lot of people say that because everybody that we talk to that's in a wrong situation, they say that wrong situation, it works for them. How can a wrong situation, now it may work for a moment, but it's not gonna last.
Right. It won't last.
It won't last because it's wrong.
Right.
And it's mind-boggling because it's like, okay, you are shacking up. You're shacking. You're playing house. And you're saying that because I'm playing house, this works for us. You may not understand it. And what happens is a lot of us get comfortable because we're so much hidden into our dysfunction until we've become comfortable in this dysfunction.
Right.
We've become comfortable in it. And because we become comfortable in it, we don't want nobody to tell us or even hold us accountable to what's right. So we say it works. So we hide behind it works for me. Yeah, it works for me.
Right.
I know it seems abnormal, but it works for me.
Right.
But why settle in at least? Why settle in abnormal? Why settle in what you are coping with?
Because that's the only thing that I know. I know toxic. I've learned to cope in it. I've learned to settle in it. I've learned to live in it.
Mm-hmm.
And it works for me. And that's when you hear people say, "Oh, it works for me," like you said, usually it's a wrong situation, but that's what I know how to deal in. So when you try to get people out of their norm and talk to them about the healthy side of relationships, it doesn't resonate.
Yeah.
It doesn't resonate because I know how to deal in what I'm dealing in. You may not know how to deal in it. So basically that's what she's saying. And at the same time,
say that again.
It's like I know how to deal in this dysfunction. I've learned how to cope. My coping mechanisms, they work for me.
Mm-hmm.
So leave me alone, basically. Let me stay in this area, and I'm close. Hopefully one day, even though I'm right in his face, he'll find me. Not knowing.
And you know what that does? You know what that does for a lot of us? It makes it confuses struggle or dysfunction with purpose. Because a lot of us think that this dysfunction is our purpose because we get comfortable in it. And that's not purpose.
Right.
And a lot of us, I was talking to, like I said, we're always talking to somebody. You will argue dysfunction instead of realizing what purpose is. If you understand your purpose, then there will be a level of balance in the relationship, because what happens is the two of you are now working toward the purpose of the relationship.
Right.
But if you're only existing as dysfunction, then what you're doing is you're bringing in your protection, you're bringing in your beliefs.
Yeah.
You bring see what I said? Your beliefs. You're bringing in your way of thinking, which may be a dysfunctional way of thinking. So if it goes against my norm or what I don't feel comfortable in, what I don't want to let you in, then we're gonna bump heads with that.
Right.
But if you two both are working on the purpose of the relationship, why are we together? What are we doing?
Right. And a lot of times when you've settled for the dysfunction in the relationship, then you're not going to ask that question.
Yes.
You're not going to ask, okay, so where are we? What are we doing? Because, maybe you've asked it before and it got shot down. So you're not going to ask that question too many times. You're just going to deal with it. Why? Because I love him.
That's right.
I love him, and I'll just deal with it. We've been together for 4 years. I've invested a lot of time in this, so I'm just gonna stay where I am.
Absolutely.
And hope that one day he will choose me. But it's like marriage is the prize for me waiting and me being his ride or die and me staying. But after you get married, you still have to live with that person.
Absolutely.
After you get married, you still have to be in relationship with that person. And if you have settled for everything, the pushback, if you've settled for the you've been patient and waiting all this time for him to make up his mind, that's the same person you're going to be married to.
Absolutely. Yes. Hey, a couple of shout outs. My dad, he said, hello, greatness. Oh, that's thanks, Pops. Eugene Level, Pastor Level. How you doing, sir?
Hello.
I got your message, man, but we was already locked in, man. But it was the service on Sunday was awesome, man.
Yeah,
it was all God moves, man.
Hi, Patricia.
Hey, Patricia, we love you much. Good evening, all your beliefs. That's right.
Yeah,
so,
we need y'all to chime in too. Like, have you?
Yeah, I
ever
got some
been...
questions too.
Oh, you have questions?
Yeah, I have some questions.
Have you ever been in a relationship and you know that relationship was stuck and you weren't going anywhere, but yet you stayed because you have made up in your mind, it works for me. You hid behind that statement. Have you?
Yeah.
You have?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about it. I'm going to be your therapist right now. Tell me about
Wait
it.
a minute. Before we do that, let me say this. Let me just say this.
What?
Because this is what I did. A lot of us, we try to invite God into something that he never built.
Point.
We put it together. We do it.
Yeah.
We get into it, and then now we invite God instead of going to God first and say, "Hey, look, let your will be done in my life." Let me let God do it.
Should we invite him in?
But when we do it, we invite him in, and then because a lot of things that we do outside of our level of thinking is what we think it should be or who we think it should be, because these are things that and because this is what I did. So that's what I'm saying. This is what I did. I substituted for what I thought would help me. What I thought would help me. It's going to help me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's going to help me. You're right. Deal in my dysfunction.
Stay there.
You know what I'm saying? You know where I'm at. And because the thing is, we relate in our dysfunction.
Right. Okay, so from a male's perspective, when a female waits patiently in the dysfunction while you trying to make up your mind, from a male's perspective, what is that about? Like, are you going to choose me?
No, that's the whole point. You're not going to choose because of if he's choosing you, he's going to choose you. It ain't no wait, because if, like a prime example, if you go into a car dealer, a man know, hey, I want that Dodge Charger. He going to do whatever he got to do to get that Dodge Charger. He going to borrow the money. He going to scam a little bit to get, if it's $3,500 to pay down, he going to do whatever he can. If he don't got $3,500, he going to do whatever he does.
Scam. Golly.
Hey, we live in a scam society.
In the name of Jesus.
But the point is, men do what they want. Not just men, women do it too. But
we talking about men choosing.
Yeah, I know. But the point is, if you have not been chosen after living together, let's be honest. If you have not been chosen after living together, and not living together for 3 months, but 4 years, and you're living together and you're close to an engagement, this man ain't planning on he ain't planning on marrying you. He not. There's no way. Because again, I said, why buy the cow when you already got the cow? You ain't got to buy it.
Right. Unlimited milk.
Yeah, unlimited milk. You're getting unlimited milk, unlimited waste, unlimited.
Wow.
You getting everything the cow presents, and you ain't have to pay nothing for it.
And I think a lot of
times,
times,
who gonna pay for it?
I think we do that though because of fear. Fear, because you hear the numbers. I don't know what the numbers are. It used to be 10-1. Now I hear it's 40-1 some places, So it's like you're so afraid of not having the guy. So you'll settle for the little piece of what you have. And that's unfortunate today.
Yeah.
You won't go for raising your standards, setting your boundaries to make sure the right one come inside. Mm-hmm. Because you don't know if he out there. Like, you want to believe he is, but then that's when that list come of all the stuff that they said. The pastors say that write down the list of everybody, everything you want about him and give it to God. And it's like that? Nah, because that's false.
That's right.
God knows what you need. God already has prepared for you what you need. The thing is, you walk the path that God has for you, and it'll lead you to a place where you guys will cross paths. Because what did God do with Eve, with Adam? he presented her. In some translations, it says paraded her in front of Adam. And he said, whoa, man.
He said, whoa. Look at this. Whoa, whoa.
He said, whoa.
Hold it. Hey, Lasagna, good to see you, girl. Family.
That's cuz. Hey, babe, how are you?
Good to see you, man. Good to see you. So here's the thing, too. Like, and you always think, because I always say to myself, will this attitude or this mindset change? Will it change? Will it change when you put yourself first and say, hey, this is something that I just won't allow happen in my life? And in today's culture, it don't look like it's going to change. It just looks like they become better hiding in their dysfunction.
Because it's not enough people teaching. We've conformed.
They're not listening either.
Babe, yes, they are. They listen with consistency. People learn through repetition. It starts at birth. We learn through repetition. And if you have someone who is speaking repetitiously, that's a big word, repetitiously, okay, then and that person is around you or hears you, they're gonna learn eventually, because word is seed. You plant seed by speaking the word. That seed is, and I used to always tell my son TJ this, that seed is gonna be planted. And it's going to grow. Something is going to grow. You just got to keep planting the seed. Today, we don't plant the seed because we've conformed to what culture says it is. And every other seed is being planted in your children's garden but yours.
Yeah. And two, we got to do this, y'all. I heard that there's a story in the Bible where it's talking about they built a house. And the house, there was a house that was built on sand, and it was the house that
the foolish man.
Yeah, the foolish man. Yeah, and the wise man built his house on the rock.
Yeah.
But understanding what happens when you build your house on sand.
What is the sand?
The sand is your emotions.
Come on.
The sand is your pride.
Come on.
The sand is your lust.
The
sand is your lies. Because we don't present ourselves. Yes. We don't present ourselves. We don't present the true self. And and that makes us, have ego. So this is the sand house. This is what it looks like. It looks like these things, these emotions that we bring into relationships, and this is what we built these houses on. And guess what? When you built the house on that, it don't last.
It said when the storm came, that house went flat.
It went.
The wind and the waves just knocked it over like that. But the house that was built on the rock.
The house that was built on a rock. Let me tell you what that looks like.
Come on.
Truth.
Yes.
This is me. This unapologetically
is
me.
Yes.
This is who I am.
This is who God created.
Healing. You come in healed.
Yes.
You have to build the foundation. This is the foundation.
Yeah.
The rock has to be the foundation.
A healing
journey.
What I'm saying? Yeah.
God, first and foremost.
All day. All day.
You cannot leave him out of it. You have to have God in the foundation. Actually, he is the foundation. He is the rock.
Because everything you saying is what he said for us to be when we relate to people in relationships. Everything.
Absolutely.
The rock.
That's right. You have to be, Lasagna said, it's so good to see you, Lasagna. She said, you have to be a willing participant to change. They need to speak over themselves. Absolutely.
Speak the right thing over themselves too, but they have to hear it in order to speak.
That's right. That's
You're
right.
right, Sonya.
Because the thing is, but check this out. It is so crazy because we see a whole lot of beautiful houses that are working around.
Oh my, what's the foundation?
And these houses are beautiful. I ain't gonna look crazy. I know my baby here, but some of these houses.
I'm one of those houses.
You're not the houses that I'm talking about though.
But
let me finish. Let me to the period. I got you.
I want to be a beautiful house.
No, okay. Listen. There's a difference between some beautiful houses without a foundation will not. I'm telling you, the cracks will start deteriorating, and the panel on there will start falling off.
Right.
The roof got to be replaced.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It happens because these beautiful houses walking around here ready to they're easily to be blown away. The wind blow and they blown with the wind, and all you busy is looking at this beautiful house, but you're not taking the time to really figure out the foundation of this house.
That's what happens when you play house.
You are the foundation of a great house.
I am.
I'd rather you be that has a foundation in the house as opposed to just being a beautiful house.
I'm the foundation.
You're part of the foundation.
The sand or the rock?
You the rock.
Ooh, I want to be the rock.
Yeah. You the
I
rock.
like being the rock.
You the rock. Come on here.
I'm the rock.
My rock.
I'm the rock.
Call free my rock.
Hey.
My rock.
Hey.
So
I
I got a question for y'all out there. Here's my question.
Bring it on.
Here's my question. Does time heal issues or does time expose them?
Time exposes
Ooh,
issues.
Come on, that's a good question.
Yeah, time exposes issues.
Explain.
Because you can't hide but for so long.
Ooh.
You cannot hide but for so long. Eventually, you will start to show.
Yes.
Fool's gold will start to turn your finger green gradually.
Ooh.
The wrong elements hit it. All of a sudden, you got a ring around the finger. That's what happens when you hide. Healing comes not by time. Healing comes by God giving you the keys to unlock the doors to the doctors of your soul, which is the Holy Spirit.
Come on here.
So the Holy Spirit will be able to help you understand what happened, when it happened, and how to heal from it. See, God don't just touch it and it go away. He can. But what he does is he teaches us in the midst of our pain. He turns it into purpose.
Yes.
That's like the coal being turned into the diamond. We are all that in God's eyes. So he wants that. He don't want us to hide. He wants us to go through it so we can be proved.
Come on here.
Yeah, he wants to prove us so that he can show us off to the world and say, that's my baby right there. No, that's my child. That's me right there.
So the statement, and I need y'all to answer this. Tanya said, yes, time exposes everything. Come on, Daddy Moore. Because Eugene Level, he said, the out looks good, but the inside is dead. That's right.
Oh, my.
But, come on, Pastor. But that is so true. And you know what happens when you allow time to fester? What you're doing now is you're decorating. You're putting decorations on dysfunction.
Oh, my. Yeah.
You're decorating the dysfunction. You're decorating it.
Yeah.
So you put, and because decorate, what are you doing with the dysfunction? You're just
prettying it up.
Yep. Piling it up. The thing is, to deal with it, you got to move all that stuff you decorated and open it up and expose. It needs to be exposed to heal.
Yeah.
A wound can heal when it is exposed.
Yeah. Wow. Come here.
Yeah.
We don't, but see, we don't want to expose wounds today, because if you expose it, then people will see it. And people are not as forgiving as they should be these days. We need to be more forgiving. I was telling my mama, it was my mom. I was telling my mom, as a matter of fact, it was Ashley Barbie. I said, Barbie, I have been able to see my husband's transformation.
Wow.
From him going to where he was in pain and he was hurting to where he is now. I didn't leave him and say I'm out when things got rough. God taught me some techniques, and he taught me how to pray, and he taught me how to stand fast, and he taught me how to be long suffering. He taught me how to be patient, gentle, kind. He taught me all the attributes of the fruit in my marriage.
Come on here.
And so I was able to see, because God exposed it. God exposes all of your flaws to you, the person you marry. And so when we was talking about, she said she's almost a fiance. Be ready that when he does say, will you marry me? And you do get married, God will expose all of his flaws to you. And what will you do then?
Yeah.
You have to know, because God will teach you. He'll teach you everything you need to know to be a wife if you go to him and ask him. Because this man has transformed. And it's a permanent thing, because anything you do for God will last. And now I'm able to live in a marriage where I have seen him in his worst. I've seen him at his almost best, because the best is yet to come.
Glory.
Hey, I felt that too, baby. I felt that. Hey, glory. The best is yet to come.
Come on here. So here's another question, geared toward that. Is it harder to start over or to admit you're wrong?
Okay, explain that one a little bit more.
It's because a lot of times we'll stay in something because, like, how some people will say, well, girl, you don't need to be in that, and because you don't want to look like you're the wrong person, so you won't listen. So, and then sometimes we don't want to start over because this is somebody that we know. So is it harder to just admit you're being wrong, or is it harder to start over?
It depends on the person.
It depends on the person?
It depends on the person. It depends on their character. It depends on what their agenda is in the relationship. It's hard to start over, though. I don't know if it's harder.
I don't think it's hard to start over.
It is.
That's
so
mentality.
Let me speak from a woman's standpoint. No, let me speak from a woman's standpoint. When you know the relationship is over and we hold on tight and we keep trying to hold on because we want to stay, because we feel like it may change and it may get better. When we finally get to that point where we're fed up, that part where there's nothing you can do about it, it's hard to make that move for some women. Because you know now from the moment you say it's over, everything is going to change. And change is scary. It's so scary because you don't know what's next. Now your heart is broken because you no longer in a relationship. That part is hard. And then the days after the breakup is hard. Even weeks after is hard. You got to get.
I just think that Lasagna said it's hard to start over for her.
It is
starting
hard.
over is the worst. Here's Al. What's up, my guy? Al said starting over is the worst, depending on what age bracket and amount of kids and the cheating circumstances.
Depends on the circumstances.
I got you. But here's the thing. Because we don't like change. You know what change is? Change is God moving you because you got too comfortable. That's what change is. And remember, the songwriter said, he changed my life and now I'm free. So the only way that you could really get to the level of being free is that you have to start. Sometimes you got to start over, because what happens is we look at our progress or our process and we think that it has to be perfect. So again, sometimes, like, especially I'm going to use me as an example. So I used to have to hit my head all the time before I changed and start over I'd start from the beginning, because starting from the beginning, it makes you think clearly. But if you don't start over, you're starting from the point of where you went through certain things, where you struggled through certain things. So starting from that point where you were, I believe it's easier to start over, to gather your thoughts, to gather what you've learned, to gather what you went through, to gather and say, you know what, okay, boom, I got my head together. Now let me start fresh, because starting over also says I'm getting rid of those things that caused me to stay where I was, to stay stuck where, you know what I'm saying?
But once you get to that part, you're kind of like in the healing process. Things are starting to be lighter. Things are starting to become clearer. Yeah. But you didn't ask that. Is it harder to start over? To start over at the start of it, that's the hard part.
Yeah,
the clear your head and to clear your mind and all of that good stuff you just talked about comes after I started over.
No, I'm saying, no, I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is I believe that's a mindset. Like, if you feel it's hard to start over, then it's going to be hard to start over. Because a lot of us don't like to just admit, saying, you know what, I made a mistake. And because that's what that is. You know what, I messed up. Hey, but how do you do that? It's like, even with accepting salvation, I admit I am a sinner.
Yeah.
That you're admitting and you're acknowledging accountability.
Right.
I'm a sinner and I need to be saved by grace.
Yeah.
So what do you do now? From that point on, you start over.
Right. But the start over goal takes you through a process of cleansing, healing, denying yourself the things that you used to do, getting into practice of controlling your flesh and getting into the practice and the good habits. It doesn't just say, bling, I've started over. So the start over is hard.
Yeah.
And like Al West says, depending on if there's kids involved, it depends on whether or not you are attached to that person through bills and you guys have been living together. Now let's say you got property. A lot of that is in the start over.
Well, check this out. And Al West probably can tell. I'm gonna tell you something, and I'll say this on our podcast today. I got 2 baby mamas, and both of them gave me challenges. I would say that, so they gave me.
Wait, you're saying you only have 2 baby mamas, or you talking about 2 baby mamas?
Yeah, I'm talking about 2 baby mamas that I have. I got more than 2 baby mamas. I do. I have 2 more.
Not trying to, no shade.
That was shade.
It wasn't.
Yes.
I just didn't want, if the other baby mama was listening, say, "Oh, for real?"
Yeah, I got
Because
you.
you got more than one.
I got you.
Two.
But I have two she didn't give me no problems at all. So I don't never include her because she never gave me a problem.
Right.
But I have two baby mamas that gave me challenges.
Yeah.
Beknownst to my decisions, right?
What?
But at the end of, I'm saying beknownst to my
Unbeknownst.
decision. To my decisions.
Right.
Yeah, I made some choices.
Okay.
And
there
I
we
went
go.
through the consequences of choices that I made.
Right.
But the point is, I got tired. There were kids involved.
Right.
There was kid from one baby mama and a kid from the other baby mama.
Mm-hmm.
They both were at war with each other because of the kids that I wanted everybody to spend time with.
Nah, it wasn't because of the kids. It was because of other stuff too.
Listen, I'm just saying it was still a war. I'm doing
Okay.
the quick version of it.
All right.
There was a war. It was all out war.
Right.
So so what I had to do was, no matter what, I had to start over. If I didn't start over, I promise you, I probably would have been a messed wretch, a wretched mess,
A messed wretch.
a messed wretch. I would have been a messed wretch. But the point is, I left. I didn't. The kids. It was like at that point, I made a decision that my sanity was way more important than me staying in a situation and being miserable and being in war. Mm-hmm. It was, but I promise you, and because I made that decision to leave, what I did now was I allowed them to heal. To actually watch a clip of them on this Sunday.
Yes.
This Sunday, I watched a clip of them dancing in church together,
Praising
hugging,
God
praising
together.
God together. I said, look at them. Now, I could have
Yes.
stayed there
Yeah.
because it was easier to not start over. But I had to choose, not just for me, but because I knew that because of the war was about me, let me move myself out of the situation and start over,
Right.
so that I could allow God to now come in and heal whatever needs to be healed in the situation.
Yeah.
It took 20 years, but God's timing is not my timing.
Right. And to see that.
And to see that,
I was like, I want some of that. Photoshop
Man,
me in.
come
Shoot,
on,
I want to
man.
be up in. Photoshop me in.
come on, Al, you know what I'm talking about, Al.
Wow.
Yes.
That was beautiful, though, to see them
That was
together
beautiful.
in church, arm in arm, praising God, shouting together.
Yes.
Wow.
Al said, once you fall
can't
out of
tell me
love,
what God
it's
can
best to
do.
let the other person find someone that will love them for who they are. Yes. It just, I don't know what, hey, look, they, and sometimes, but that's not our plight. You know what I'm saying? Hey, somebody could love the dysfunction. Somebody maybe will, but I'd rather them not be the dysfunction that they were dealing with to consistently be triggered by my, you know what I'm saying, by the decision that I made. I wanted peace, but I had to say, like, I won't say that I caused a lot of it, but it was a lot of my decisions that I should have did certain things different, because first of all, the situation was wrong. I know one of my baby mamas I had, we was out of wedlock. We were not married. So what did I expect to come from that? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is my son. I thank God for my son.
Absolutely.
But the situation that I caused, and this is another thing going back to being close, because we were living together. We were doing everything like a married couple,
Right.
but I would not commit to her. And going back what I said, but I saw that this was not somebody that I commit to, because I saw the pain and dysfunction that she was going through. But I was selfish, and I really believe that's what I caused. I caused her going through her dysfunction even more, because I was selfish in me having somewhere to stay. You know what I'm saying? I honestly, as a man, I was scared to jump out there on my own. And I honestly didn't think that I could do it on my own until I did it on my own.
As
It was
a young man.
As a young man.
Yeah.
Cause I was fearful. So
you were young,
yeah,
too.
I was very fearful of stepping out on my own. And I said, well, let me do it with somebody so that I know that no matter what, that I'm going to always be covered.
Yeah.
And so what I did was I put somebody in the place of God. And because I did that, it caused dysfunction. And it caused, it was not right. And I admit it wasn't right. And a lot of times we do that, especially as young men. If we're staying with this young lady and we're living with her, and it's 3 or 4 years, we done got comfortable because this is a level of security
for you.
It's more of a security blanket. It ain't me, And what I'm telling, I'm looking for, we're gonna get married, and that's only to give you the hope. See, that's the manipulation, to give you the hope that we're gonna be together, but knowing deep down in my head, I'm not gonna be with her. Cause and then too, y'all got to look at this as well. A lot of times, people are really getting ready for their exit plan.
Oh,
they're getting ready for their exit plan, and it's so unfortunate that we allow ourselves to get in situations and stay in situations where we know that there is no level of commitment. A commitment is like making a purpose for the relationship and following through that plan.
Right.
But a lot of people don't follow through on the purpose because their purpose is, because their plan is, if this don't work out, which I know it may not, because you got some ways about you that fearfully make me not want to commit with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's other stuff that I could, I could
work
tolerate.
I could tolerate that. And I'm getting the goods on top of that.
Right. So I'm straight.
I'm straight. You know what I mean? Fix me a meal, woman.
I deal with the little argument.
I deal with
the confusion that you bring here and there because I'm straight. But Pop Jesse said you saw what happened to me.
Yes.
And you told me, so you should have took your own advice. Get him, Dad.
Yeah. But that's me being transparent.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
It was. I believe a lot of us went through that. I actually did. I watched my dad go through it. But when I was watching my dad go through it, I was a kid. I didn't really understand the adult, the young man decisions as a kid. I didn't understand that until I went through it myself.
Right.
So me going through it and then coming out of it and looking back at it, then I could say, man, this is, what I did. I manipulated the situation because it was a level of comfort only for me.
Right.
But it was uncomfortable for the person that I was with, because in her head, she felt like she was being everything to me to show me that she could be the one that I could commit to.
Right.
But she giving me her anger, and all I'm looking at is the anger, but I'm not looking at what she's giving me to show me that she can be the one committed to me. And I'm like, no,
Yeah.
We fight too much. We arguing too much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we fighting too much. We arguing too much. So I'm looking at that, and what I'm doing, here's another level of...
Talk about it. Oh, you telling secrets.
Yeah, I'm telling the truth. And here's another thing. What we do, instead of dealing with that because we caused it, what we do is sweep it. We dress up the dysfunction with sex. Mm-hmm. Because what does sex do? It puts a pillow on top of the real issue. So This is what we're doing. We feel like, come on, man. We feel like we're laying it down. And we're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because this is really kind of like sometimes the only connection that some people have with each other is sex. Mm-hmm. So what do we use to make sure that we can try to band-aid a situation? Is use the same tool, smooth it over until the next argument. So what we're doing is we're just having sex over insecure foundation. You know what I'm saying?
Sand.
That sand. And we built it on sand because why? The house look good.
Right.
The house look good. But come on now, that's
but
wrong.
You didn't take time with the foundation.
Yeah.
Because it can be a rock.
It can be a rock.
But you won't take time to do what you have to do to make the sand a firm foundation. You won't.
Yeah.
So you was talking about how when you build it on the sand, the wind, the wave, the water come through and just crush the whole thing, right? The house go down. Nothing, any little bit of thing that happens will cause that house to go down. But when you build it on the rock, the winds can come, they blow.
Yeah.
The waves, they come, they blow, the tornado, anything that happens, that house, it says in the word of God, that house will still stand. We talking about relationships here.
Here's another thing, y'all. Here's another thing. Cause there's some comments. Read this comment, then I got to say this.
Okay.
Says always stay clear of the people who do evil to you on purpose, and your discernment usually is your heart telling you if you should stay. And there's always a way to leave peacefully without argument. It should be a way to leave, but when you stir up some emotions, it ain't peaceful because you're dealing with that emotional dysfunction. incompatible cannot never exist in compatibility. You're right. But here's the thing. I want to share this with y'all. This is so true. A lot of times what we do, especially when it comes to relationship, the Bible says, how can two walk together lest they agree? Right? I've been preaching on this for the last couple of days, and it's crazy because we think that because we disagree that we're not together. The alignment is the agreement. If we're going in the same place, then guess what? We agree. Now, you may believe how we get to that road is going around the corner. I may believe to get to that road is to go straight up the block. But at some point, we still have the same plan to meet at the same place. Let me give an example. An example is I dated a girl. She had nothing about church in her. There was her relationship with God was nowhere near. It was nowhere near what I was raised up in. And I knew that. But because she had a beautiful house, I ignored the fact that God was not, she was playing rap. And I'm in church every Sunday, and I need God because this is what I was raised in.
Yeah.
We don't agree. We don't agree. But what we do is because we're looking at the house, we're still trying to build the house, and we don't even agree. You don't even listen to gospel music. You listen to rap music. I don't like to ride in the car with you because you listen to rap music. Nothing wrong with rap music.
I said hardcore.
Hardcore rap. Cussing and everything. Kill your mama. I shouldn't say kill your mama.
No,
and the Lord forgive me. I don't think because I don't want them to shut us down.
No,
but I'm saying, but that's what the rap says that they listen to. It's that vulgar.
Yeah.
And you that vulgar like in the morning. Like I can't in the morning. I need I'm starting my day. I'm about to go deal with the world.
So when you say in the morning where y'all
in the morning I need
together,
worship.
where y'all living together?
Yeah, we were living together. Yeah. In the morning, she's straight rap music, like straight hardcore.
Right.
Dang. We don't agree.
Right.
We're not aligned in the same purpose.
Y'all not even going to the same place.
We're not even going to the same place. So how can two walk together? But this is what we do. We know this stuff, and we still stick and stay.
Okay, so how can two walk together lest they agree? My question is, in that relationship, where y'all, what was it like in the relationship?
It was me smoothing stuff over. That's
was it
right.
A lot of comeback, arguments?
Yeah, it was smoothing it over with sex. Because to be honest with you, it was good sex. It was. I'm not gonna lie.
Was it argumentative?
But it wasn't worth it. And that was, like I said, that was the place of emotional emptiness that I had.
Right.
So because I was emotionally empty, my way to fit my way. Here's me leaving God out again.
Right.
Me building a house that God didn't even never put together. This is me building a house. My way to fulfill what I felt that I needed was to be sexually and this is what the culture is teaching. This is why sex is selling so much. Because culture is making sex the answer to a lot of our dysfunction.
Not the answer.
And it is not the answer.
Right.
Jesus Christ is the way.
Yep.
He is the truth and the
life. If you want life, you got to get him.
You got to get him. You can't get that in sex. I even heard, and I'm sorry, I even heard in one of these relationship talk shows that we were listening to on the way, because we support everybody that does it. But a lot of the information that they're giving out, I don't agree with. This lady was asking, well, I'm on my spiritual walk now, and the guy that I'm with, I want him to understand that I feel condemned still having sex. So I want him to, understand my walk with Christ now, and he has to respect that. This guy said, you cannot stop having sex and not have the conversation about it. And I'm like, no, she is setting a boundary. First and foremost, this is not her husband.
Right.
So she don't have to have a conversation about sex.
Exactly.
She don't owe that to her boyfriend.
Right.
She don't owe that to him. So if I'm walking with God, you need to respect that if we're going to be, continue to be in this relationship. But we don't set those boundaries because culture is saying what? Sex is the answer for the problems.
And culture is also saying that once you have sex, it's no way that you can stop having it. Like you gotta keep having sex once you start. That is not the case, because if she's on her journey with Christ now, what she's saying is, I am not going to sin anymore in this area, right?
Absolutely.
So you're telling her before she decides not to sin and follow Christ, which is the fact that she shouldn't have been sinning in the first place. You tell her she need to have a conversation with the person she's sinning with.
Yeah.
So are they supposed to agree that she should not sin anymore so she could follow Christ? No, absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely. You're right. Al said true love isn't built on pleasure. Exactly.
It is so not built on pleasure.
That is not the foundation. Goodness. Come on here. That'll preach right
beautiful.
there.
That'll preach, won't it?
That'll preach.
That'll preach right there.
But listen, y'all. Listen, man. Man, it is important that we make sure that we don't stay in these dysfunctional situations because it is truly killing today's culture, and I every chance that I get, man, I'm ministering to a couple. I'm ministering to a young lady who's staying in a guy who's literally showing that he don't want to be there and showing that he's with somebody else and she's emotionally distraught. I minister to a lot of women pretty much every other day that are going through the same thing, and it's because we're not teaching our young people that, love yourself.
Right.
Love yourself. Love yourself.
Yeah.
Love yourself enough to understand that, you are who God called you to be.
Right.
You are who he made you to be. And you got to stand on that.
And let me say this too. This is to you. Okay. You say you counsel and you minister to a lot of women. My thing for you would be send the women to me.
Oh yeah, I'm listening.
Send the women to me, because that's how sometimes people get caught up. Because one thing a woman who is broken, who is going through, one thing she wants to do is hear a man's voice. So if her man won't hear her, she will go after a surrogate. She will come to you and get advice, and not saying that God will not give you that. But what I'm saying, hold on once to the period. But what I'm saying is be very discerning when you do counsel. I'm not saying not to counsel, but when you do counsel, be discerning and send them to me. You counsel the men.
Hold on, wait a minute. Let me disperse that. So that you're clear.
All right.
If I'm in the middle and I'm meeting somebody and they need a word from God at that point, I'm going to do what God tell me to do.
Okay, that part,
but
right.
What happens is I don't take their number. To stay in touch with them, what I do is I give them to you.
Okay, those are the ones.
I give them your number.
Right.
So I don't never stay in counsel and I get their information. I don't do that.
I like that.
I give them a counsel. I give them a word.
I
pray for them. And what I say is, we want to stay in touch with you. Here's my wife's number.
You do.
Thank you.
Okay, all right. Check me in. That's all right.
Oh, I am. Trust me.
I'm good with that, because I thought
Liza, where you been?
Excuse me. I thought that what you were saying was that you counsel continuously.
No. I'm saying every day there's somebody, like, meaning differently. Like every day there's somebody different that is going through the same struggle.
All right. See, that was good. I'm glad that you clarified.
Elijah said you should give the other person that choice to get on board or leave the relationship. Got you. Elijah, we missed you. We ain't seen you. We miss you. We got a lot of people on right now, y'all. Listen, man. Let me tell y'all something. Before our time is up. Listen, y'all. Next month, man, the Lord has been allowing us to really be fluent, in posting. Man, we thank God for Sacred Stone Studios, man. This is a match made in heaven.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And we got an opportunity to actually do Shift Live in Atlanta at a venue. Guy called me last week and said, "Hey, man, I need y'all to come do the show here."
Right.
So next month in June, we're locking the date down. We're going to let y'all know. So Atlanta, y'all get ready. Shift Real Talk is coming live. We're doing a live show in the ATL.
Yeah.
We are coming.
Yeah.
And it's going to be held at the Phenomenal Seafood restaurant and lounge. it's a stage and everything. So yeah, we're gonna be there.
Come through.
Come through, man. Come
Yes.
through. Al West, come through, man.
Absolutely.
Come through, Al West. I
Absolutely.
want to see you. It's gonna be in our style, but we're gonna have the flyers coming soon. The flyer, we're gonna have all the information, and we need y'all to come. We need y'all to come through, man, and pull up.
Yeah.
Pull up.
This is your personal invitation from Shift Real Talk.
Yeah,
Lady Free and
absolutely.
Pastor
Al said he'll be.
J-
Come on, Al. I
J-
need you there. I want to see you.
Yes.
I want to see you, man. You know
All
what I'm
right,
saying?
babe. Hey,
So yeah, we do love each other, man. We do. We, you know, we
who love each other?
I'll say y'all really love each
We
other.
do.
And the thing
This
is,
is
man.
who we are.
And the thing is, man. You know, it's more so. The love has grown. The love grows because what we do is we respect each other's boundaries,
Right.
but we also allow each other to be themselves.
And we communicate hard conversations.
Yeah.
Like the only reason we can have certain conversations in front of the world is because the conversations we really have behind the scenes are real conversations.
Yeah.
We don't cut no corners. We don't hold. We healthily communicate with each other, whether it's a hard conversation or not.
We were somewhere, and it was so crazy. It was funny because we were disagreeing, and
Yeah.
and the girl said, "Are y'all
Do
arguing?
y'all ever
She
argue?
said, do y'all argue?"
I was like, we arguing right now.
Yeah, this is our argument.
She was like,
I mean,
well, I thought
we
it
were
was
laughing and
supposed to
making
be-
jokes. Yeah, we were laughing and making jokes at each other, and she was like, I can't do y'all arguing,
Right. I mean, we do, but at the same time, though, it's very few and far between that we get heated in an
Yeah.
argument. But we always go back to the heat
I
and
don't-
put the fire
yeah,
out.
Absolutely. I don't care what relationship you're gonna be
Yeah.
that you're in. I don't care
Yeah.
what it is. You're going to have disagreement.
Yep.
You're going to have disagreement, but don't let that disagreement become the basis of your relationship.
Yeah.
Because then you'll never learn how to work stuff out. So
Yeah.
the point is practicing the art of meeting in the middle so that you can work it out. And how do you meet in the middle? Listen.
And communicate well.
Listen.
We still learning that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
still learning everything. Because every season of our life, when we grow, we have to relearn. And I love that because it never gets old. It's like our relationship never stagnant because we know that every stage that we go through, I have to relearn. And that shows when you're growing too. When you're
Yeah.
growing, that person has to be reintroduced to that new person that has grown.
Absolutely.
If you was the same person and you still doing the same stuff and it's the same messiness and it's the same, and you don't ever have to get introduced to someone new in your relationship, then you need to go and ask God, how in the world can you help us grow? Because he says some plant, some water, but he's the one that caused the growth.
Yes. So we were man, we had an awesome time at Shift City on Sunday, man. It was
Yeah.
awesome, man. And we were definitely talking about presenting our bodies a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto God, which is our reasonable service.
Mm-hmm.
Paul wrote a letter to the church, and the Jews and the Gentiles was in there fighting. They were fighting law. They were fighting law the way they were
The way they
believed.
were raised, yeah.
They were fighting, and God's purpose for them were to come together, no matter what background you came from, no matter what you believed. It was about the unity. And the thing is, he wanted them to change their level of thinking. He wanted them to present themselves, meaning like forget those things that were behind and press toward the mark. The mark is who? Jesus. So if we come together, we're coming together because God wants us to be unified. He said, every knee shall bow
Yeah.
and every tongue shall confess. That means everybody. That means those who did not believe, those who are learning to believe, those who are trying to believe, those who believe. He wants everybody to come together because why? God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that who should ever believe in him should not perish but have everlasting life.
Amen.
His purpose was for the world to come together,
Yeah.
and we spread the good news of Jesus Christ so that we all can understand who our Lord and Savior is.
Right.
So when we can change our mentality and our mindset of people that think different from us, when we can change our level of understanding from people who may have been brought up different than we are, that we still treat them as people of God, even if we feel like the Jews, that you were not chosen, y'all weren't chosen, so y'all in here and y'all don't even belong here. But they everybody belongs, no matter what. Sinners, inners, sinners, winners, whatever.
No, So, and you know what I got from that too, and I loved it, the fact that the Gentiles who had given them themselves to Christ and started to believe, they became believers. And the Jews, when God put them in this same place, these are two people that lived totally different growing up.
Yes.
The upbringing and the background was totally different. But what God did when he brought them into the same place, he was telling them, put your differences aside and get in alignment with me. Because if you get in alignment with me, then both of you guys will be in a healthy relationship. And that goes for the relationships of those who we're in a relationship with. That's a great example. I was raised in Georgia. My husband was raised in New York. Two different cultures, two different upbringings. I was raised in a double parent home. He was raised in a single parent home. Two different all the way around. When we came together, we had to learn how. We didn't start off that way. We had to learn how to put aside our differences, the way we were raised up, the things that caused us to fight. That's why that's when we used to war. Because I'm saying no, because my mama said everything has its place. My husband says, nah, we don't do it like this. So we was fighting how I don't do it like this. No, I don't do it like that. And you see how that did? It caused the divide. I don't do it like this. I don't do it like that, right? But what God says, if y'all come together and do it like me, then you will have unity. And that's what he wants for the relationship.
That's right.
Put your differences aside.
Put them to the side.
And ask God how he wants you to do it. And watch and see the alignment going to make that car ride.
That's how we get rid of dysfunction.
That car going to ride.
That's how we get rid of this dysfunction.
That's how you get rid of it.
Put our level of thinking to the side and think on these things.
Right. Oh, and think on these things.
Think on these things.
Find out what those things are.
Find out what those things are. Listen, y'all, if y'all love what we shared today, man, please like and share. We love for y'all. We thank God for y'all supporting us.
Absolutely.
Aunt Liza said, my husband moved out again, third time before the divorce could even get to court. No date, no fight was ever shown, nor did he. I'm sorry, hold on.
Aunt Liza,
nor did he, and I am good and free from carrying this marriage and managing his life.
We're going to continue to pray that
God
will love on you, and that he will keep doing whatever it is that he's doing in the lives of the both of you, okay?
Absolutely.
Because we love you.
Yeah, we love you.
So if you are here in the Houston, Texas area, on Sunday, we're doing church after the church at Shift City. It's an experience. So come through 6 o'clock and we'll put the flyer up. 6 o'clock, the address is 1830B Highway 6 South in Houston, Texas, 77077. We'll be there.
We'll be there.
Meet us there.
Be there. Beat us there.
All right. And
listen, y'all, I'm your boy, Pastor J.
And I'm your girl, Lady Free. Until next Tuesday.
We out.
Peace.
Thanks for watching.